What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Mr. Von. Mr. Von channel Sweatbox. We back. We live. We active here on the channel. Yes, indeed. You know how we do. Still dodging those digital jabs, baby. And today, in the travel blog section, I'm coming to y'all to talk to you about my five favorite Las Vegas hotels. Like the title says, you guys know it. That's why you clicked on it. These are my five favorite Las Vegas hotels, and the five Las Vegas hotels that I highly recommend you visit if you're going to Vegas, whether it's your first trip or if it's your seventh trip and you haven't been to them, or you've been to them if you haven't been to them in a while. These are the five Vegas hotels / casinos that I absolutely think you should check out, that I always check out when I'm in Vegas, because that's always a good time and there's always something fun happening in these casinos. So number 5, we're gonna get right into it. Start off. Number 5 is actually, I'm cheating already because there's a tie for 5, so that you can call this an honorable mention, or you can just say it's a tie for 5, whatever. But we're gonna start with the Luxor, down on that, what is it, the south end of the strip? I always get the ends of the strip. I think it's the south end of the strip where Mandalay Bay is at. Not a lot of traffic down there, but Luxor is worth a walk down there. It's still very cool to look at when you see that cool black pyramid, especially at night with the strobe light shooting up to the sky. All the cool statues that they have outside of Luxor. The entire theme of the hotel is very cool. And then once you get inside the hotel, it's very cool to see the pyramid from the inside. And they have a lot more cool architecture on the inside. Another cool feature about the Luxor is they have the slanted, I don't remember what they're called, but they have slanted elevators that go sideways up. It's very cool. Of course, you have to have a room key to get into those elevators. You can't just ride them for fun. But again, a lot of cool restaurants in in Luxor. And then they have the Titanic exhibit. They have the Real Bodies exhibit. I think Blue Man Group is still there. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure what the show is, but Luxor is an extremely cool place to check out. So that is my tied for number 5, or honorable mention, whatever you want to call it, is the Luxor Hotel. All right, my other number 5, my official number 5 is, again, I'm kind of cheating, but it's my list. That's why I'm doing it. Is the Paris Hotel / Bally's Horseshoe, the brand new Horseshoe. The reason I say that is because they're connected by a hallway, and then you walk through that hallway, and you're right into the next. You're either in Bally's or you're in Paris, or you're in Horseshoe or you're in Paris, depending on which direction you're walking. But obviously, Paris, very cool. On the outside, you got to check out the Eiffel Tower, cool restaurant in the Eiffel Tower, and you can go to the observation deck, get some great views from the top of the Eiffel Tower. Inside there, they have a whole bunch of restaurants. Martha Stewart has a new restaurant in there called the Bedford. There's that really that swanky, very fancy looking restaurant. I don't remember. I'll put it in. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in the comments because I got video of it. You'll see the video as I'm talking. And then there's another popular restaurant, Monument Gabi. Beer Park is right there. Yeah. Paris is a very cool spot. Again, a lot of cool stuff to see inside Paris. Their casino floor is pretty cool. And like I said, if you walk over through the hallway over to Horseshoe, formerly Bally's, now Horseshoe, again, a lot of cool stuff over there. On the basement floor of Horseshoe, they got a brand new arcade. Real Bodies exhibit is down there. Yeah, they got the brand new World Series of Poker room over at Horseshoe. Jack Benion's Steakhouse over there. Just a lot of cool stuff in Paris and Bally's. And then you got the Grand Bazaar shop also in front of Bally's. A lot of cool restaurants over there. Giordano's, the Mediterranean spot. It's great for late night eats. So please, that's number 5 on the list. Check out Paris and Bally's. Okay, number 4 on my list is the Cosmopolitan. This hotel is where the cool kids hang out. Okay, this is probably the hippest hotel on the strip as far as just the who's who and what's cool and what's going on. They've got the cool ass chandelier bar. It definitely is a photo spot. Everybody wants to get their pictures up in the chandelier bar. They got the cool, another photo spot of the giant shoe that everybody wants to take a picture of. I mean, Marquee Nightclub and Day Club is up in there. Obviously, if you get up on the second floor, you got Secret Pizza, which is great. Their food court is really cool. A lot of good restaurants in there. You gotta love the Cosmopolitan. It's a really cool spot. They got a cool speakeasy that's hidden in a barbershop. Again, I can't say enough about the Cosmopolitan. It's one of my favorite spots every time I'm there. If for nothing else, I go grab a slice of Secret Pizza. But it's just a cool spot to hang out, grab a drink at the Chandelier Bar. It's very cool. Number 4 was the Cosmopolitan. Number 3, New York, New York. Yes, we're back down on the south end of the strip. This hotel, what can I say about it? Again, the theme hotels, I'm a fan of them. You get your replica of the Statue of Liberty on the outside. You got a replica of the Brooklyn Bridge on the outside with some cool, they got a stage set up. There's usually live music, seats, you can sit down, watch the music. Great restaurants. They got a Shake Shack. There's a Hershey store. There's a Tom's Urban. There's a Tom's Urban in there. Good restaurant for just for diner food. They got a bunch of very diverse menu in Tom's Urban. And then once you get inside New York, New York, of course, they got the roller coaster. They got a very cool arcade upstairs. There's the Hershey store. And you get into the little neighborhood area, which is my favorite part of New York, New York, because you really some great people watching. Find you a seat, grab you something to eat. They got a pizza joint in there. There's like a fish and chips joint. And then, of course, Greenberg's Deli is my food recommendation in New York, New York. Go grab a sandwich from Greenberg Deli. And then find you a place to sit and just people watch, because it really looks like you're in a New York neighborhood. They do a good job of that. I love New York, New York. It's so cool. That's my number 3. All right? Is that number 3? Yeah. Because number 4 was, yeah. So number 2, the Bellagio. Yes, of course. You know I can't leave the Bellagio off the list. With the Bellagio fountain, which is so iconic. If you come to Las Vegas and you don't spend 5-10 minutes at the Bellagio fountain to catch one of the shows, why are you coming to Vegas? I mean, it's the most iconic thing on the strip as far as what people recognize. It's so beautiful. Inside the Bellagio, you have so many cool stuff like the conservatory. I mean, the lobby itself is very nice. Everybody, you go into that conservatory, it's packed. It changes 4 or 5 times a year. I think once for every 4 seasons, and I think once for Chinese New Year, something like that. But it changes up. That's free, and it's free to go into the conservatory. It's super cool. It's always packed in there. People taking pictures. They have a chocolate fountain in there that you can look at, and like a continuously flowing chocolate fountain. It's huge. You look up, it's very cool. The Bellagio is just a really nice spot. It's dead center strip. It's iconic. It's one of the things in Vegas. I cannot leave the Bellagio off this list. It's getting a little old, but it's still beautiful, and it's absolutely worth, a walk through. They got a lot of cool shops in there. Prime Steakhouse is one of the best steakhouses in Vegas. You got a great view of the Bellagio fountain from that side to where you're looking at the Eiffel Tower, which is a great view. I mean, I just can't express this. I can't express enough how much it is. So yeah, the Bellagio at number 2. And number 1, drum roll, my number 1 favorite hotel to visit and highly recommend that you go see is Caesar's Palace. I mean, you cannot come to Vegas and not see Caesar's Palace. It's so big. It's so iconic. They have so much to see. Some of the best architecture on the Strip. I mean, everywhere you look, you're like, wow, how'd they do that? Why did that? That was expensive. That looks expensive. That must have cost a lot. Caesar's Palace is awesome. I mean, there's a giant aquarium in there. There's a bunch of cool fountains. There's the Fall of Atlantis show. Everything. There's the Forum shops at Caesars with the spiral staircases. Caesar's Palace is a must-see. You can spend 3 hours in Caesar's Palace and still not see everything. It's so big. It's so big. Eating at the food court. The casino floor itself is huge and spread out. Machines everywhere. Omni nightclub. It's Caesar's Palace. It's a legendary epic spot. I can't say enough. That is my number one hotel that you need to visit when you're in Las Vegas, Nevada. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the list. My top 5 hotels to go visit while you're in Vegas, according to your boy, Mr. Vaughn. So, now that you know that, if you got any travel questions, any travel needs, here at Sweatbox Travel, we can take care of that for you. Hit me up. Let me book your next vacation for you. And until next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when we upload. Thank you for checking out the travel vlogs. Check out some of the other videos I got if you're a fan of movies and sports and all that good stuff. Until next time, you know how we do. Peace. 100.
I'ma go to the ends with you. I'ma go to the end with you. I'ma go to the end.